Yo, what is good? My anime faithful, what is good, yo? I know people are very frustrated right now with not being able to find the sub version of this show very easily, but your boy has found it and he enjoyed himself. This is actually another one of these like rough lives in the world of this place for women, man. Like I was saying in my previous reviews, this show just hates women in general. Like they can never catch a break, honestly, and to see them straight up bodying another good woman character, or at least like, making them like suffer and stuff like that, it's like, man, bro, like when will they ever be happy? um but with that being said, I definitely can see a little bit of craziness that's going to come with our main character actually being in the presence of this guy. Not only that he's going to be in the presence, but it looks like he can use everybody to his advantage to get further information, not just information, but to get further along, with the people that are the resistance. Like, there's a whole group of people that are doing the same thing as him, pretty much. So now, if he, falls in line and gets with them, he'll already have some information that he probably didn't already have. Um, Usually, if you're a resistance, you have some type of way of actually fighting back, or you're just one of those resistance that are there and can't really do anything, and you just kind of talk a big talk, but can't do anything, or can't walk a walk, So, very interested to see if that's where this is going. If not, if they actually do have something to use against the Emperor, or like I was just thinking after this episode ended and after I started to hate Sarah, because you guys see how Sarah was acting, man. Like, she was acting as if it made sense she was acting that way when she probably saw him, seeing how he's literally the person on the wanted poster. And why would a man be on a wanted poster unless he's evil, pretty much, in her opinion? But to see the way that she wanted him to attack her was pretty awkward nonetheless. So yeah. But with all that being said, wow, she went straight for Vegeta. Not even joking. With all that being said, though, we are probably going to be seeing quite a big, quite a big change when it comes down to our main character, or maybe just a change of him working by himself, and he's going to actually talk to some of these people. Now that he's a prisoner, he kind of doesn't have a choice, in the grand scheme of like, oh, I don't want to make new friends. Like, bro, you better make all the friends you can now. You're alone. They have your daughter. The more time you waste, not getting back to your daughter, or letting these people figure out whatever she's the successor to, uh, he doesn't know anything about the successor, just like how a lot of us who haven't like read anything on the show shouldn't know either. Like, what are they gonna do? There's some ritual that we know about, and sounds like if they give themselves away to a man, that there's no way that the ritual can be done again. So clearly the person probably in the chair is supposed to be the one that gets with the woman, or maybe they're just supposed to save themselves all until they die. I don't know. And with how this show goes and how they love to exploit women, I'm guessing the guy who's the emperor would have to have gotten with the priestess for their so-called ritual. That's just my guessing thing, because that's how this show likes to play all of its cards. Should we have the woman make it out alive without getting touched? Nah, make sure she gets touched. It's not as impactful if she doesn't get touched. You're right. Well, she'll get touched from now on. So it's like, it's just, now they have the daughter. They did something to the mother. It's like, okay, so you're gonna force the daughter to have another daughter so then you can rinse and repeat the cycle of what you're doing right now. Like, I don't know, man. Some animes, some animes get under my skin and make me want to punch a hole through the guy's face, just like how our main character does. Who would have thought, right? But we definitely almost had our characters straight up lose their lives traveling through this desert. Um, it seems like all they needed to do was sleep during the day and travel during the night, and they might have had a better chance of making it much further. Um, I mean, it makes sense that you would travel during the day because you can see more. But with it being a desert, there shouldn't be that much you need to like see. In the case of like, sure, maybe if there's like a you go up a sand dune, and next thing you know, you're on a cliff or something, and it's like a really far fall down into the sand. Sure, but you know, traveling at night seemed like it was going to be pretty easy, including with all the stars actually giving you some type of light to see the whole time. So it was interesting in the grand scheme of like how they all of a sudden just started traveling at night, and you know, stuff was working. And it kind of goes to tell you that maybe that's literally when those guys go into the desert, they literally got to wait until nighttime to actually finish their journey or something. I'm not sure, but that's what it's seeming to come off as, you know, like, oh, because they knew he was probably going to go in the desert and that he's probably starved and like died. But to be fair, this man is a grinder, so it didn't matter at all on the whole dying or like being drained. Even his daughter out there, he was still pushing forward and carrying her if he had to. So he's a survivor, and now that he's in your prison and there's a resistance out there somewhere, if he then goes and tells them like, yeah, I was with the fallen priestess and I need to protect my daughter because she's the successor, this and that, he might look like a god to them, because not only did they quote unquote say he stole the sacred treasure, they're saying, you know, like, oh, well, he clearly has some type of tie to the priestess, and because of that, he needs to be, you know, taken down. Pretty much, he needs to be put down. But yeah, it's this weird notion that how is he going to figure all this out, and when he does figure it all out, will he even have enough like power or support to even do what he needs to do at this point? So yeah, we're getting real into this show. Not only is it about to be over, but it's getting really good and dark. I mean, there's a lot of things I did not expect to see in this show, and they just keep pushing the envelope more and more. So we'll see how this all plays out. I hope the daughter winds up okay. It's kind of crazy that she's literally the title of the show, so I got a feeling she's going to do something to probably return him back home, or he's going to find something that's going to return him back home, and maybe once he's home he can still communicate with her, or she can communicate. It just feels like there's a lot of things going on here that isn't affecting the outside world at all, and how many people could have already lost their lives. Not to mention the principal who's, you know, running amok. Anybody that gets close to his stuff or close to him is practically going to die regardless of what you do. We saw that he had his own mother hung by somebody he controlled. So we're in a very dark position in this game, but with it all, it's totally awesome in the grand scheme of they're really going through with it. They're not just, you know, batting an eye at this like, oh, this is all happening and then there's not much he can do. Like, they're literally going to show us step by step what he does, and I like it. So if you guys are enjoying it, make sure you let me know down below in the comments if you do enjoy the show, or if you've already dropped it. Like, I've had some people that already dropped it, and they'll still come around and show up and see what I'm talking about, or what like popped off and transpired, which I appreciate. But yeah, if you dropped it, let me know why. If you haven't dropped it, let me know why, because look, you can float in the air in this game. It's crazy. I haven't dropped it. Oh, I dropped. I lied. But alright, everybody, I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I apologize for being so late. Stayed up till 5 a.m. playing a game that I want to put in the background, but since it's a giant boss fight that I gotta fight, I didn't think I should do it because it'll probably just been me dying a million times to one boss. and I kind of need help, and the person that I need help with isn't on yet. So with all that being said, I will talk to you in the next one tomorrow. So with that, peace.